Hey guys, for today's video, I am going to teach you how to make my homemade stickers. Some of you guys have asked for me to show you how to make them, and I'm going to show you how to make them today. They're very simple to do. You just need the right materials, and you can find most of this anywhere you go. So yeah, so I'm just showing you how they look, and this one is a sassy skull sticker that I made, and I'm sticking it on my sketchbook just to show you how, like, it looks pretty good for the materials. It's very cheap to make, and you can make them as big as small as you want. So this one is a really small star that I made as well. And yeah, so let's get to it. I'll show you what you guys need. First off, you need some Mod Podge. I got my Mod Podge at Walmart, but you can probably find it at Target and Michaels or any craft store because it's such a big brand. And the one I have is glossy, but there's also a matte version that you can get. Next thing you need is this sticker paper. The sticker paper I found at my local dollar store. It was $2.50 for a big roll like this, and it's basically used for, you know, covering up documents like your diplomas and stuff. It's sticky on the other side and it's transparent, and I think I got lucky finding this, but my Dollarama or my big store actually has it on stock. But I think you can find it at Michael's as well for fairly cheap, and I'll show you. It's sticky at the back and transparent, so it works well for making my stickers today. The next thing you are going to need is what was the next part? Oh yes, a brush. You need a nice soft brush for the Mod Podge, and yeah. Next thing is Sharpies. So Sharpies are the main thing to use when doing your designs because you want them to be, you know, permanent. So permanent markers or Sharpies work very well. The next thing you need is paper to draw your designs on. I'm just using regular printer paper, but you can use sticker paper or, you know, better quality paper, but regular paper works in this case. And you also need scissors to cut out your sticker designs, and yeah, this is my pair of scissors. Snip snip, right? Yeah, okay. Alright, and then the last thing you're going to need is something to work on. So I'm just using the back of my sketchbook here, just so when I go over the stickers with Mod Podge, my desk won't get any messier than it already is. Alright, so now we can get started. The next thing you want to do is to draw your designs on the printer paper, and use your Sharpies for sure, because Sharpies don't run, and that's perfect. So I drew my design, and now I'm cutting it out with my scissors, and you can cut it however way you want. You can, you know, cut it in a square, but I cut it close to the edges of the design, and I have two designs to show you. Yeah, so the next thing to do is to cut some of that adhesive paper, because we're just basically sticking our paper designs onto the adhesive paper. So you get your Mod Podge, you put a nice layer of, you know, sticky Mod Podge there, and then you lay your stickers on top. You can use your fingers to push them down, or you can use the back of your brush like I'll do in a second. Mod Podge is very easy to clean from your hand, so it's not a problem, and it's like when you're in, you know, in grade school, and then you're peeling it off when it dries. But yeah, you put another layer. Don't make it too thick, especially for the printer paper, because printer paper is very light and you'll get some air bubbles like I'm showing you here. So I just use my fingers to kind of rub them out, and once you're done the layer, you just, you know, leave it to dry. For smaller stuff like this, it takes about 20 minutes, but of course if you're working bigger, it's going to be a longer time to dry. So once it's dry, you just grab your scissors and then you cut it out, and you're basically done. This is how I make my stickers from home, and I pointed there, you can actually use the adhesive paper, like the adhesive paper that's left for smaller designs, so it's fairly cheap if you find this sticker paper, but I think you can find it at Dollarama. So yeah, you just cut it out, and I'm going to show you. Oh, I'm, you know, kind of pushing it down further just to make sure everything's stuck together, and I'm showing you an extra step. You don't have to do this, but if you have a ruler and a box cutter or a scalpel, you can just cut at the back or the backing just very lightly. You don't actually want to cut your sticker. It just makes it easier to peel. So this is what I'm doing right now, and then I'm done. So I'm gonna put it on my sketchbook, and that's how I make my stickers. I hope you enjoyed this. I know I'm talking very fast, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope I didn't speak too fast. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, and I'll make sure to answer them. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks so much. Bye!
Till the disco ball pops, but I have to be me.